Welcome to Weird Little Indies. My name's Heckvetica, and this week we're talking about a fun game that's going to have you dancing in your seat as fun cartoon characters bounce around your screen to the rhythm of music. Bits and Bops is an indie game that I've just recently found fully funded on Kickstarter. It's got loads of personality, hand-drawn animation, and quirky stories to share. It's made by Tempo Labs Games, based out of Sydney, Australia. Let's quickly dive into what makes this game special. Bits and Bops has one-button gameplay in its short 3-track demo. The stories and settings change dramatically. In one moment, you're snapping pictures of a sea lion bouncing a beach ball. Then, in the next moment, you're a pet bird talking to a wild bird, sharing stories of your life. My favorite to play is Hammer Time. It's also the most differently styled game in the set. It takes place on a set of instructions, like you would see when assembling an IKEA product. A hand lays down nails in one panel, and in the next panel, you're beating them into a plank with a hammer. The beat, speed, and angle that you view the instructions shifts, and there are quite a few surprises along the way, like a cat laying on your instructions. Throughout each level, there's surprising things that made me chuckle. In Snapper Flapper, you're a cartoon cat photographing a seal bouncing a beach ball on its head. In a scene or two, the cat leaves the camera and is floating in the pool with a hot dog that the seal eats. It's a little distracting, so your first time through may not be your best run. The controls are very responsive, and that's all thanks to an in-game engine that the developers have talked about building. And I can tell you, it's delivering so far. Everything feels snappy and quick. There's a lot not included in the demo, so I want to fill you in on what's not here right now. There will be 20-some levels to play, though I've only seen under 10 or so on social media, which is fine. I'd love for things to be a surprise when there's a full release. The game has a main character that the devs describe as a dog bear named Bop. I think I heard them mention that he runs a record store. One of the backer rewards that has been hit is mixtape levels that are going to combine different levels together. Now, if you've seen me play Melatonin on my Twitch streams, you know that I love the mixtape levels the most. They make you feel so cool because you're taking multiple things you learned and putting them together. It really makes good brain feel, and I'm probably most excited about that unlockable. While the demo looks to be playable on PC and Mac, there will be a Switch version released as well. I do have a small wish list of things I'd like to see for a full release. I'm hoping there is a cohesive story that ties the levels together, sort of like in Melatonin or Rhythm Doctor, or even Parappa the Rapper. All of these games are made better by their stories. This isn't a difficult game to do well in, so I'm also hoping that there's going to be a difficulty switcher so you can play a harder mode of the original level. Also, I hope there's a leaderboard of best times, or at the very least, a way to see and beat your personal records. And my biggest dream is that the game gets support and we have occasional DLC from the developers. Having more songs will just give this game more life. Let's move on to the most crucial part of this game, and that's sound and music. The beats are quirky and they're heavy-handed. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing. The developers have touted this game as friendly to newcomers for the rhythm genre, and having a heavy-handed beat is almost necessary for this to happen. On the Kickstarter, there's a video of minigame music where some of the songs are more subtle sounding and slower. I'm assuming those are maybe a harder difficulty. The sound design is quick, sharp, and easily understood. The level Flapper Snapper does a great job of giving proper sound cues in time. And when you miss the beat, the sound itself gives you a good idea of how you've done. I'd say with sound alone, you could probably play this game and do just fine. Do yourself a favor though, and head on over to Tempo Labs Games' official YouTube page and give the soundtrack a listen. Okay, let's talk about art. This game looks like a Nickelodeon fever dream from the 90's, and I love every minute of it. It's all hand-drawn 2D animation. When you load this game, immediately you're surrounded by characters on a city street that I have to admit sort of reminded me of the designs of characters in Cat Dog. They're bouncing to the music, and even the text matches the style of the game. The cheery art style carries through almost all of the games. Throughout the game, the illustrations tie everything together. While some look a little different, each level starts with a title card that sets the tone immediately. It really feels like I'm a kid watching Saturday morning cartoons again. The art direction is so careful that the fonts match the art style. I appreciate this as it really unifies the UI of the game and doesn't break my experience. My pet peeve is a game that's worked on for countless hours, then throwing Roboto or Arial into the menus without care. That could just be the font nerd in me, though. Overall, this game is going to be one that I'll be keeping an eye on. Their Kickstarter, at the time of me writing this, is more than double funded. It'll be a fun game to relax with at the end of the day. Also, if you're a fan of rhythm games and you've played Rhythm Doctor, go check out their update. They've done a collaboration with Tempo Lab Games. See if you can find it and tell me what you think. That's all for this review. Go check out my gameplay review where we play a couple of levels and just sort of talk through them. Also, if you enjoy the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me as a creator to keep making videos like this. Alright, Indie Hunters, until next time, I'll see ya on Weird Little Indies.